My name is Darius Gordon. I am a second year in the Graduate School of Education, getting a PhD in Critical Studies of Race, Class, and Gender. So I spent 11 weeks in Bahia, 7 weeks studying Portuguese there in a small language school. I was taking classes from 9 a.m. until about 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, so very intensive. But it was great. The school was pretty small, so I got a lot of one-on-one time with my professors, a lot of time to ask questions and to discuss the topics and things that I was interested about in learning the language. After maybe 1 or 2 weeks of being in Brazil, it suddenly all sort of just like came together and clicked in this way that really put everything that I had done before into perspective, and it was like, wow, this isn't just this language from this book or that is like very, calculated in a classroom, but it's something that I can use to communicate with people and to have a social life and to make friends and ask really, deep questions about the things that keep me up at night. And so I think that was really incredible, and I think also just being in Salvador was a really cool experience. I was often told that I was often assumed to be a Bahian, assumed to be from Salvador, in part because of the way that I look, a lot of people would say, but not just that, right? I think they also said that my sort of general comportment, the way that I carry myself and walk through the street, just sort of like vibe really well with the city. And even when my Portuguese is not very good, I was told my accent was good enough that people would even question when I told them, no, that I'm not from here. They would say, are you really sure? Are you kidding? So I think I felt very welcomed and part of the city in a lot of ways. So I very broadly study the cultural politics of Black educational activism in Salvador. And for me, I think a lot about sort of what are the possibilities and impossibilities of education as a site for Black liberation, and what does that mean when so much of education is regulated by a state that seeks to undermine Black life at every turn. And so I think I sort of came with this understanding, or this is the understanding that I have about the way that that Salvador works. And while much of that was true, I think my time there allowed me to see a lot of the complexity and nuance in both the ways that Black educational activists are sort of imagining what Black education could look like for Black children and their communities, but also the strategies in which they take up and how they position themselves in relation to the state. And I don't think that I would have been able to do that were it not for, one, I guess obviously being there, right, which I think FLAS afforded me, but I think also the intensive time spent studying the language allowed me to ask the kinds of questions that, so the time spent studying language and immersing myself in the culture allowed me to ask the kind of questions and to pick up on small observations that got at sort of the deeper ways of thinking or ways of knowing about Blackness and education in Salvador that I would not have been able to do had I not had the FLAS as an opportunity.